as sport teams begin to get back to playing, what are we being hit with? Ridiculous politics. Hi, my name is Todd. I want to thank you for tuning back into the Teal Jack channel today. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. And so I'm talking about Black Lives Matter and how its influence is becoming far-reaching. Remember, Black Lives Matter got started on police brutality against black people. Now, was it really police brutality against black people that got this thing started, or was it started on a false narrative? And I personally and strongly believe it was started on a false narrative. The cases that they brought forth to the American people, and this is why we need justice for blacks in America, and all this unequal equality, their feelings of being erase all that. Unfortunately, longer editing for me. They seem to have gotten started, let's just say, on the wrong foot. And the reason I say that is those that they upheld as prime examples of police brutality were actually cases that the officers were justified in using lethal force. And whether the person was black didn't matter in those situations. The officers would have still used lethal force had it been white. But one of the things that does come out from all of this and this rise of Black Lives Matter is there are some statistics out there, I've seen them, I don't have them off the top of my head, that tell us that for the vast majority of cases, there are literally more white people that are shot in the few incidences where the person isn't armed than there are blacks. And I don't want to hear the excuse that the majority of the population is white and you know, and there's still a higher percentage based off population of black people being shot over white. It's not the point. The point is there are less black people being shot by police when they're unarmed. But there's also, when you look at those who Black Lives Matter uphold, Trayvon Martin, Thug, yeah, I feel sorry for his family. They lost his son, but yeah, he attacked a guy. And the guy defended himself with lethal force. And I would say that was justified. Then we look at their next one, Michael Brown. They touted that guy as a big hero. And no, he wasn't. He also was a thug. He also was a criminal. And he got himself shot. Non-compliance to a police officer, yes, but he also physically attacked a police officer. And so this is where they're starting. They're starting this program, this campaign, if you would, on the wrong foot. But what is even more disappointing is the rise of people supporting them. Not only citizens, but now corporations, and now even sporting events. So I guess I'm done watching sporting events. And it's even far-reaching as this Black Lives Matter garbage has now reached the Premier League, which is a football team, an actual football team, not some sort of American fake football where they run around with the ball in their hand and rarely kick the ball and we call it football, but that's a story for a different day. It's the Premier League, an actual football team, and I watched part of it this last Sunday, and they're sporting Black Lives Matter stuff, and as soon as I spotted that, I stopped watching. You know, I'm not going to watch these sporting events that is upholding an organization that is gathering millions of dollars based on lies, saying that there's ongoing racism in America and white man's keeping the black man down and all these things. And I just want to read you something. Now, this comes from former or retired Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. Todd, of course, again, I don't take it he's directly commenting to me in this letter. I believe this is chain letter being sent out to all sorts. Todd, all these companies, sports teams, politicians, and so on race to proclaim Black Lives Matter. Do they really know what Black Lives Matter organization stands for? Do you? Yes. I went to their website, I read what they stand for, and I'm appalled that people are supporting them. I'll read on. Let me share with you just one sentence from what we believe section on their website. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure, requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. This is a direct assault on the foundation of our society, and as Christians, we must take this seriously. This is not a fringe group. While they work to dismantle the family structure, they're receiving millions upon millions of dollars from both individuals and corporate America. Even as a black American, I know that disagreeing with this movement means I'll be labeled an extremist. Fine. My faith in God and love for America vastly outweigh the sting of false words. So, Black Lives Matter is, if you're not aware, lists basically in their website a what they believe section that I think if most of these people across the United States would actually read what they stand for, they might actually be appalled, because as Alan West pointed out, they are against a nuclear family. They are against a family with a mother and a father raising children. They want the socialist view, the Marxist view of the society raises the children and not the parents. Of course, they put that little clause in there of if they feel comfortable, but the reality is that's what they want. They want the destruction of the nuclear family. And if you want to know maybe one of the causes of what's taking place and why our prisons have more black people in the populations than there are white, even though I still disagree with some of the figures on that because they're basing it on a percentage of black people in America versus white. The point is, why are some of these people there? And I would say the problem is the destruction of the nuclear family in America. A large majority, it's quite obvious, of America is coming from divorced homes. Homes where mothers and fathers don't exist anymore, raising children together. They're homes, whether they're black, white, or other, they're being raised by a single mom or a single dad, and there's no mother, there's no father. And we have the new rise of the homosexual community and the lesbian community that are now raising children together, and I believe that's just completely wrong and destructive to the family structure to begin with. But this is what Black Lives Matter stands for. And yet all these sporting teams are jumping on board. They're jumping on board this false narrative put forth that police brutality is systemic in our country, and it's not. And it's amazing when you watch some of these police brutality cases that they uphold and you actually look into them. You'll discover that they are justified shootings, just like the guy at Wendy's where they burned the Wendy's down in Atlanta, Georgia. He turned and fired a taser at the police officer. Again, a taser under Georgia law is considered a lethal weapon. So the police officer was indeed justified in shooting him. I've digressed. I'll carry on. Point is, please consider where you decide to donate monies to. Look into the entire organization before you do it. And for all you Christians, all I can say is shame on you. You are better than donating your money to an organization founded on lies that wants to destroy the family. Those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Please leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Hi, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. Please hit the like button below, and if you would, hit the subscribe link up here, and take some time to watch one of my other videos. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and take care of yourself.